Hello everyone and welcome back to Kodai Supply. In this video I'm going to be giving you a broken down overview of essentials from Kodai. So let's begin. If you're watching this on the Kodai Supply website, we do have a written overview there. If you're watching this on the YouTube side, hit the link down below and it will take you to the Kodai Supply overview page for essentials. I highly recommend you go and check it out. But let's begin. So you head to their website. It says essentials, a desktop application filled with an array of essential tools for those into sneaker and clothing purchase automation. Let's go ahead and look at their features. If we have a look down here, so they have a capture, so you can go ahead and generate activity on your account to obviously get a good capture score. They have a profile maintenance section, so you can go ahead and maintain all your profiles for bots. They have a spoofer, which is something that is very useful if you want to utilize it. A generator, and you can generate a few items with ease, which we will jump into as well. And then they have an overall toolbox as well, so they have a proxy tester, a Shopify variant fetcher, a virtual card generator, and a sales fee calculator. And then to look at the frequently asked questions, how much does it cost? $22.99 a month. What kind of computer would I need for essentials? It works on all Mac and Windows machines. Is there an online user dashboard? And yes, there is. So let's go ahead and purchase it. So to go ahead and purchase it, hit the top link down below and it will take you to the checkout section. You can go ahead and choose your plan. I highly recommend you go with the automatic renewal, just so you don't have to go ahead and maintain anything. It just does it for you. $22.99 a month. Asks for your email, card number, expiration date, CVV, and then you can go ahead and purchase essentials. So I've gone ahead and entered my details here. I'm going to hit the purchase essentials button. Your payment is now processing. Let's give it one moment. Thank you. Your payment was successfully processed and your purchase for essentials was completed. Your license key and receipt has been emailed to you, and then you can contact their support team if you run into any issues. But let's head over to my email, and as you guys can see, I have my license key receipt right here. So this is what the email looks like. It says welcome to essentials. We have our license key, which I've blurred out for this video. Then you can go ahead and head to their user dashboard and also download essentials as well. So let's go ahead and download essentials firstly by clicking this. It's going to ask for the license key. We're going to head back to the email, copy the license key, put it in, then hit the start download button, and essentials is being downloaded. It's just going to take a few seconds there to go ahead and download. But if we head back to the email, we can go to the user dashboard as well, which is here, and once again it's going to ask for your license key. I'm going to hit enter. It's going to take us to the dashboard in which you can join the server, manage your referrals if you do have any, you can renew it. It shows how many days remaining and your current subscription. So once you go ahead and run the installer, this is what it's going to look like. Just give it one moment to go ahead and install. Now that it's installed, it says essentials welcome back, enter your license key. So let's enter it once again and hit the login button. Let's give it one moment. Very nice UI here, and there we go, we are in and ready to go. So to go into full screen mode, you simply just double click this. You can minimize here and X out of here, but let's go ahead and break down everything going from the home page all the way to the toolbox page. So on the home page, there is the announcements, how many days left you can renew, and it shows the version number logs over here. Then for general statistics, it shows the total memory being used, not by essentials alone, but just in general. This is how much memory is being used on my computer at the moment. This is the session time, and this is the CPU usage as well. Then if we scroll down slightly here, you can see capture statistics. You can go and filter it through a few options here, and obviously because I've got no captures in here at the moment, there's no data here, but this is all illustrated here as well. And then you have the social media at the bottom. And you can join their Discord server, deactivate, clear all the statistics. Then you have the export all data button and the import all data button. But now that we've gone over the home page, let's move over to capture, and this is what this screen looks like. So for this page, you have the general settings at the top when it comes to your capture. You can stop farming once good, time between each check, which is in minutes. You can go ahead and configure this, and then you can send webhooks when you're done. And then the further options are sleep at night, max concurrently running, short account proxy in webhook, and then you can send updates to webhook, advanced YouTube farming, and enable modern browser. Then for account statistics, you have the total accounts being farmed, the total accounts registered, and then you have total accounts with 1 clicks and total consumed data. So you can go ahead and create an account group if you wish. But I'm going to create one for this video. We're going to call it video test, just like so. Hit the save button, and then any account you go ahead and add into this group will appear here. You have the add accounts button, import accounts, test 1 click, export accounts, assign account group, select all accounts, clear cache, Gmail forwarding, change password, update recovery, and you can sort all your Gmails by the variety of things here. You can start all selected, stop all selected, and delete selected as well. So when you click the add accounts button, it's going to look like this. You have your email, password, recovery email, dash, proxy IP, port, proxy username, and proxy password. So you can go ahead and enter it here. So that's exactly what I'm going to go ahead and do. Let me just go ahead and grab my email and then we're going to grab the password to that email. Let me just make sure there's no spaces. Okay, hit the colon button, and then I'm going to put the recovery email in as well. And I don't want any proxies with this. I'm going to hit add accounts, and as you guys can see, it's gone ahead and added the account. That's the select button, that's the email, the rating, the one click, proxy not available because we haven't added one, the status is stopped because we haven't run it, and then we can go ahead and start it. We can go and load up the browser as it's running, we can edit it and delete it. And as you guys can see, when I hit the select button, all these options become available because I've selected an account. I can start it, stop it, delete it, and I can use these options as well. But let's go ahead and start it. As you guys can see, it's logging into accounts. Let's give it one moment to actually log into the account itself. But as you guys can see, activity 1 has started, is 0% completed. But at this point, I can go ahead and test the one click, which is what I'm going to go ahead and do by hitting this button. It's going to ask for the capture type. We're going to go with V3 capture, hit the test button, and let it go ahead and test. It's going to give me my rating. Let's give it one moment. As you guys can see, my rating is needs work, which is why it's red over here. So this goes ahead and sums up the capture section. Obviously there's other things you can dive into, but I've gone ahead and explained it all. Let's move over to profiles. Now this is where you can go and import profiles, jig profiles, create profiles. All this we use with bots. You have the create profile button, export profiles, delete selected profiles, randomize profile, mass edit profiles, assign profile group, and select all profiles. And then you can import profiles here by dragging them here or hitting this button. You have the profile groups, which you can create at the top here, and then you have the profiles imported all together. Let's go ahead and create a profile group for this video. Once again, let's call it video test, just like so. Hit the save button, and as you guys can see, it's been created. We can hit the spreadsheet editor as well, and this will go ahead and open up the spreadsheet editor. Obviously this is pretty self-explanatory. If you have a spreadsheet for your profiles, then you can utilize this, but I'm going to head back over to the profile section, and let's go ahead and add a profile. I'm going to hit the create profile button, and this is what it looks like. You have the delivery address, the billing address. If you wish to obviously segregate it, then you can edit both, but if you want to keep it the same, you can do that. You can enable one checkout for a profile. You have the profile name and the payment details, and then you can create it once you're done. So I've gone ahead and filled out some test information just for the purpose of this video. I'm going to call the profile name video test once again. I'm going to hit the create button, and as you guys can see, it's gone ahead and create the profile video test. The ID is 1. I can select it if I wish, and obviously these options become available. The profile name is video test. The card number shows the last 4 digits of the card number. The card type is obviously question mark, just because of the fact that it is inaccurate information. And then it says imported from. The reason why it shows the logo of Essentials is because we have actually created the profile within Essentials. And then we have the clone button to go and clone it, delete button to delete it, and the pen button to go ahead and edit it if you wish to edit it. Moving over to Spoofer, this is another cool feature of the software. We can go ahead and use the Spoofer that is available for free within the toolkit. So let's go ahead and use it here. So we have the default URL. You can go ahead and change the default URL if you wish. You can mass change the URL. You can save the default URL. You can configure the detection webhook. You can create instances, and obviously once you've created all the instances, you can select all of them, delete all of them, and you can go ahead and change the detection method. And then once you've selected an instance, you can start, stop, and delete it, and you can create instances whenever you want. So let's begin. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to put the Supreme URL in here and hit save default URL. So this is what it's going to default load to when we actually use it. So let's go ahead and create an instance here. And as you guys can see, when it popped up, Supreme's already there, as that is the default URL. You can use it if you wish, or we can go ahead and change it. So for the purpose of this video, let me just go ahead and find an item on the Supreme website here. Give me one moment. Let's say this, for example, but this URL in here is going to create a browser instance regarding this URL, and you can go ahead and put a proxy in if you wish, but I'm not going to do that. And you can actually utilize a capture account as well, but there's no need, so I'm just going to click this. Then you can choose a number of instances. I'm going to create 2 just for this example. Let's hit create, and as you guys can see, it has gone ahead and created the browsers. Now let's go ahead and start all of them. So I'm going to select all the instances, start. Give it one moment to go ahead and load up the URL, and as you guys can see, we can see a preview here. We can hit this button to go ahead and actually pop up it in its own inbuilt browser. If you wish to go ahead and do that, you can go ahead and clear cookies, you can enable master control, you can minimize, exit, you can go through different URLs. If you wish, you can refresh the page. You have a bunch of options here, just like a regular browser. You can X out whenever you want. You can hide Spoofer instance or stop it. I'm just going to click hide so it continues running, and then you have the stop button, delete all instances like I said before. We can also mass change URLs. If you want to go ahead and configure a link in here to mass change to this, you can't. If you hit the save button, you're going to see the URLs go back to the regular Supreme account. So when I hit this, as you guys can see, this is the regular Supreme main menu type of website here. So let's go ahead and stop all these and move over to the next section. Moving over to the generator section, we have 3 types of generators at the moment. We have our account generator, cookie generator, and proxy generator. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to go ahead and hit the cookie generator. I'm not going to demonstrate every type of generator here, but you can utilize it if you do have essentials. So let's hit the cookie generator and let's go ahead and generate some cookies here. So obviously these sections will look different to each other, but obviously for the cookie generator section, this is what it looks like. So you can go ahead and manage your cookies once you've generated across a bunch of accounts. And as you guys can see, this is all the options you have to go ahead and generate cookies for all these different types of sites in different regions. You can import cookies down here. You have the amount of tasks running and the cookies generated in the past time interval, whether last minute, hour, or day. That's completely up to you. You can export your cookies once you're done. You can create cookie tasks, manage your proxy groups, which will be used for the cookie tasks, and then you can start selected, stop selected, and delete selected, and also go ahead and sort by when it comes to your cookie count. So before we go ahead and actually create a cookie task, let's go ahead and manage our proxy groups so we can use proxies with these cookie tasks. So it goes ahead and asks for a group name. Let's call it video proxy test, and then put the proxies in. Let's hit the create button here. As you guys can see, it says video proxy test, 3 proxies. We can edit it and delete it, but I want to keep it like that. So let's go ahead and create our cookie tasks here. We're going to hit the store. You can hit any of them if you wish. You can choose the proxy group we just made or localhost. It's up to you. And then obviously let me hit the proxy test group here, and then you can hit the amount, and whether you want to show browser, you hit the create task button, you run it, and then it will go ahead and begin generating cookies, and they will appear here in the relevant section. You do have the option to stop it or delete it at any point if you wish to do so. But moving over to the toolbox section, let's go ahead and look at what it has to offer. So we have a proxy tester, Shopify variant fetcher, the VCC generator, and the sales fee calculator. Just for the shortness of this video, I'm only going to cover one of these sections. If you want to go ahead and comment down below if you have any specific questions, I'll go ahead and answer them. But just to make this whole video shorter, I'm just going to go with the proxy tester one. I know there's guys on the website as well, so if you do want to refer to those, you can. It's very simple to go ahead and utilize the rest. But I want to go with the proxy generator, and let's go ahead and input some proxies here. So I've gone ahead and got these 3 proxies that I utilized in the previous group, and then we can hit the continue button, and then we can go ahead and select the target for these proxies to be tested against. So let's go ahead and hit Supreme here, or we can input a custom URL if you wish to do that. But for the purpose of this video, I'm fine with it being Supreme. Hit the continue button, and it's going to go ahead and test all of our proxies one by one, which is why I went 3367 and then to the end. And then it shows the proxy, and it shows the speed as well as the status. And as you guys can see, you can copy this as well, and it will actually add up all the speeds and divide it by how many they are, like how many proxies there are, and develop a average speed. So the average speed across all these proxies are 471 milliseconds, which makes sense with these speeds, and it shows how many proxies are working. You can copy the good proxies, you can filter them based in milliseconds, and you can copy all the proxies. Now this is very, very useful when it comes to importing hundreds of proxies. For example, there's only 3 in this example, and they all work, but let's say I had 200 and 70 of them didn't work. To copy the good proxies would be a lot easier for me, as I just get the good ones and I leave the bad ones aside. So guys, that goes ahead and concludes today's video. But just before I go ahead and wrap up today's video, please keep in mind, I didn't even overview everything. There's a lot more to offer when it comes to this. In the toolbox section, we have the proxy tester, a Shopify variant fetcher, a VCC generator, and a sales fee calculator. If we move back over to Spoofer, obviously you have the Spoofer section. For the generator section, you have a counter generator, cookie generator, and a proxy generator, and obviously the other sections as well. But I highly recommend you go ahead and check this out and get it for yourself if you're into the botting and reselling game. I will leave the link down below for you guys to go ahead and check out. If you want to check out our written overview on the website, that will also be linked down below. I'm going to catch you guys next time. Peace out.